You are watching GMODISM channel with your host Eric of GMODISM. In any case, we are back with the Gimle battles. In the losers bracket, one of these ships will be eliminated from the tournament. The other one will remain. What these ships have in common is they're built by the same person. Imp, who submitted a lot of ships to this tournament. Well, stuff like this happens. Your own ship meets each other. So what's the difference between Imp's different ships here? One of them will be leaving for good and the other one will continue battling in the losers bracket. Funnily enough, this is the Rollo. And the Rollo actually survived the last losers bracket. It was actually the best one in the loser bracket. And that's quite remarkable because this thing has a cost of only 1.8 million, making it one of the cheaper contestants. In any case, it has a mixed setup with a, well, mostly cram, good bit of APS, some scary packs and some missile. In any case, this is a neat little ship, and it was actually supposed to roll during combat. It doesn't, however. And it has saboteurs on board already. I'll suspect that the winner is gonna be the Frog, the ISF Rollo. While it was defeated in its previous battle, since they are in order, it shouldn't be a spoiler. But it was defeated by the, let me actually see here, by by one of Imp's other ships, the Quetzal. So that's too funny. This is 2 million, so not 2.2. It is a bit cheaper, but not that much cheaper. It's more cram and APS. We skipped a pack and we made a boat instead of an airship. Both are frontsiders, so we're gonna have a pure frontsider brawl, where this one is going to try and be a little bit sneakily evasive. Yeah, but the Frog is probably better. Nevertheless, let's get straight into combat. This is best of 3 as usual, and the Rollo, due to it being an airship, I guess we'll have to make it spawn a little bit more up in the air. Well, here we are, somewhat more happy. Let the first battle commence. The Rollo is absolutely spewing out shells, bombarding the poor Frog. But it missed. It missed. The Frog is a bit damaged, so everything couldn't have missed. It's gonna be interesting to see if the Rollo will be able to escape the Frog's damage dealing. It is a cram-reliant system, so funnily enough, it could be so that the Frog actually gets defeated by the Rollo, even though Rollo actually got into the loser's bracket losing against the Gimle, but maybe it was luck because it turned out to be best inside of there. We are launching new crams. I'm gonna see if, yeah, it looks like our Frog is able to shoot out some of them. And the Rollo has actually been damaged somewhat. 99 versus 98 percentages. I will be surprised if the Rollo turns up be victorious here, considering it lost against the Gimle. And the Frog won against the Gimle. And all of these are basically cram-based ships, which would make it very funny if we couldn't assume this win here. We'll see. That was a grazing jump. Almost missing there. And these are lots of APS shells coming in here to the Frog. The Frog, due to being a water-based craft, obviously can take a bit more beating before it is going down. However, those mortars are not the best thing that happened to it today because, well, it's not as armored from above. It is a front-sider system, well, both of them are, so it's gonna be very interesting here. Looks like the Rollo has some fires on it, and bam, look like that, 92, 91. We dropped quickly in health there to 90%. I think we must have landed a cram shot or something inside of there. That was quite the explosion. Alright, got some EMP there, and which is it gonna be for this first little round? Again, it's best of 3. Alright. Looks like the Rollo is actually going down. The second it hits the water, it's gonna be slow. Oh, its navigation is off. It can't counter this. Looks like the rear portion of the explosion took out some important engine power there, making it gather penalty points. We can be very sure that this thing will be taken home by the frog here. The Rollo is gonna die in the first battle. That's concluded. It's a pretty quick one too. Very interesting. It is best of 3, so well, let's find out if it was just luck or not. We're gonna stay with the frog here instead to see its perspective. Firing the first bout of crams. And by the way, I made a breadboard system that delays the firing of crams until you gathered enough like accuracy data, which I think is a pretty nice addition. That will of course be added to the updated version of the Gimle class. Oh bam. We are absolutely swarmed by shots here. However, the frog is moving from side to side. It does has its own evasive system. It's pretty easy to forget that, since it doesn't look like your most evasive ship you've ever seen, probably. Now look at that. It is trying to keep stable, but it's backing off. It's backing off rapidly as well. That may cause some troubles if it moves too far away. It will gather some penalty points. I don't think it will. It's probably just because the Rollo is advancing. Right now, the Rollo is in the lead. But, well, Frog won the last battle, so either way, Imp will be very sad / very happy, whatever outcomes we have here. I'm sure Imp has a preference, since, well, one of the ships is, I guess probably a favorite, because, you know, shipbuilders usually have a favorite, right? Or at least I do. New shells coming in there. One got taken down and one missed. Fortunate for the frog, but it is at 96%, whereas the Rollo is still at 99. 2 minutes into the battle, basically. The APS shells we're firing here, they have a tendency to miss due to the Rollo's maneuverability. Gonna see if we have the same result as last time, with a big hit hitting the Rollo, putting it down. The Rollo also has a pack system, which it quite likes to annoy the poor frog with, which is at 95% health now. So the Rollo has in this battle a 5% lead. Well, new ram barrage fired here. They are keeping their distance, looking like the Rollo is missing a lot of its cram shots thanks to the frog's evasive side-to-side movements. 3 minutes in and the Rollo is still at almost 100%. I don't know why the Rollo is so inaccurate. And if you forgot already, the Frog is the water ship, the Rollo is the airship. They have similarities being built by the same builder, yeah? Oh, a smoke. That's a doke. That's a disruptor conduit smoke shell designed to weaken shields and weaken lambs. Very interesting shell design, which I am looking into for some future empirical testing and building videos. Yeah. I probably should ask him about the doke setup that the ships are using here and the assessment of maybe how much they help the battle. Look at that. Rollo seems to be killing it. It has stayed at the same health still. I almost think that the Rollo will win the second battle. Just so few shots coming in here that actually hit. It's like they have the same side-to-side movement as well. Now we got a big burst of kinetics, APS. No hits yet. Rollo is, however, firing another ram round, so it's gonna be interesting to see if they hit each other. This is like a long-range cram battle where none of the contestants really hit a lot. 94 percentages. Will we have a serious hit soon or not? This is like surprising, seeing the previous battle being so fast. Look at that, that was a scary penetration frag. It got through and didn't destroy too much important stuff, but that was pretty close. The Frog could have gone down there. Whoops. Oh no. Now it locked onto a shell really far away. Okay. Where are we? Ugh. There should be some, like, range cap on how far away you can lock onto a random shell. Or like a lock-on filter so you can, like, filter out locking onto ships or shells depending on what you want. Oh, the Rollo has been hit. The Rollo is at 89 percentages. It was killing it in the beginning of this little battle, but it is definitely not killing it now. It looks like the Rollo is gonna go down. Airships like this usually don't fare well when they're fighting at a damaged level. Very interesting indeed. We can see some interior systems being completely blanked. I think, unless it was supposed to be an empty space. But it's like it's not. It's still up in the air though. Maybe we took out the victory a little bit too early. We probably need to land a couple of reliable big hits on the Rollo before the Frog can be a concluded winner here. It's after all only a 3% difference approximately in the health of the different contestants. 88 percentages. The Rollo has gotten another hit on itself. I think it's starting to move a little bit slower here. Probably. We got a... Oh yeah. The mortars then. The Frog is down to 90% now, so it's not faring too well either. I wonder if the mortars are gonna start hit here. This is a quite even matchup, which again is surprising. The Frog did go so much further, and the Rollo was redeemed from the losers bracket, which is quite interesting. And the Rollo is also a lot more like cheap. It's only 1.8 million. So it's quite impressive too. So per cost, it's possible that the Rollo might actually be the Battleship here. And it is fighting on. We are basically having 1% difference between the contestants, or between the ships. The contestant is the same. Alright, we are loving more crams here. 89 versus 88. And again, it's best of 3. As we're looking at this, I just want to say big thanks to our commissioned officer in the army of GMODISM. Officers Captain Awesome Papa, Commander Benevelki, Commander Delphin, Lieutenants Ali, Anto, Gravy, Flowers Dagon, Daniel, Zaikin, Owen, Parbag Reed, Vincent Veritas, Rick Proel, Scuba Rocks, all the cadets, and anyone new person that might have joined between this recording date and, well, when this video is released to the public access. If you're seeing this video in early access, big thanks to you as well. Then you are a member of the ecclesiarchy of GMODISM, and well, that's very helpful. And to all of you, if anyone is in the government, in the ecclesiarchy, or in the army commissioned officers in the army of GMODISM, thanks a lot for the monthly support. It really helps a lot, since this is not currently something that's possible to do as a job. But maybe in the future, and your support brings it much closer to something like that. And if you like what I do here, you have the support options in the description. Other than that, please like the video. That also helps. Frog is at 87 and Rollo is at 88. Excuse the boring colors, I put it in performance mode, because of course we don't want lag either. The time has gone over 10 minutes. That is what it is. I just had to check my rules there a bit. I was a bit confused. Was it 10 minutes or was it 15 minutes? And it seems I've written 15 minutes. So, we are thus not having a draw here. We'll let them fight on for a little bit more to see which could be the stronger ship. Again, extremely even match. 88-87. And they are just evading and launching cram shells at a distance. That is quite the slugfest. And both of them being frontsiders make the battle extra interesting in the regard that they thus need to fight in frontsider terms. Is that the like simple weapon anti-air gun? I think it may be. That must basically do nothing. 11 minutes and, well, it's like they don't really hit each other. Oh dear, because I said that we almost got a hit. 87 versus 87 basically. This is crazy. Got a new volley incoming. Will any of them hit? Well, the frog is actually down here. It is below in health. The Rollo has, by luck or skill, who knows, saved the day. Oh, another hit at the frog. 86%. Will the frog get a strike back at this Rollo? The Rollo is steamrolling this right now. It being an airship, we should consider it a bit behind in health, but I don't know. It survived so much better than last time. Looks like the frog got a lucky shot rather previous times, because right now the frog has some issues moving from side to side, making it like, yeah, There we got some bad cram hits there, and it seemed to have lost engine power. I think that may be it. It has lost some of the engine power. Oh. The frog can still win with just one lucky shot, but the Rollo, losing the previous battle, well, it needs to win another battle in order to win properly. So this is going to be quite interesting to see. We got another hard hit here on the frog. It is sturdy, we'll have to give it that. More doom crams just coming in here. This is insane. Look at that. 82 versus 86, but now the crams are, they just keep coming here. 82, look at that. It's like each of the shots land now. Its side-to-side sine wave movement is so weakened. It just takes a lot of shots. Cram systems falling out, it means its damage potential now also is possibly decreased. 80%. I can't see the Rollo taking damage. We passed 15 minutes, I mean. That means that the battle is going to be locked here, and there is a slight difference, and the Rollo is in the lead, which means that it will be decided by the final round, the third round, is if the Rollo or the frog is going to be the winning ship. Well, we're staying at the Rollo here for the final round. Which is it gonna be, the Rollo or the frog? And Imp, do tell us, which one is your favorite, if you have any. Looking like those Pierce packs did hurt some systems there. And we are having some quite scary shots coming in there as a swarm. But I don't know, did they hit? They seem to have missed a bit. Very interesting indeed. 98 versus 99. Well, well. We got the Rollo getting some EMP strikes here. I'm afraid the Rollo's detection system may be hurt if too much EMP gets through. I don't know how much redundant it is, I don't quite remember. But the Rollo is in the lead, it is. But it was so interesting that the first battle was so quickly concluded. And now, like, that's something that can happen when you have a cram battle. Any strike can be a lucky strike, and that strike can absolutely change the battle. One cram barrage that hits an AI or something like that, or in the case of the last battle, the stabilization for the Rollo did make the frog win the first battle, rather, not the last, the first battle. And the same way, the Rollo could land a EMP, no, or like a EMP cram or whatever cram charge into the frog, and if it hits the right spot, well, it can kill the enemy, because you can't really armor against crams, which I think you know if you have watched my armor tutorial. And if you have any armor question, my latest armor tutorial as an instant tutorial, I'd recommend you check that out to get a better understanding on how armor works in this game, because there is a lot of misconception when it comes to armor. Look at that, we got a hit here on the Rollo. We have ducts falling out. 97%. They have the same health here again. 2 minutes into the battle. Oh my, this is a tense little setup. Ooh, we we had some incoming fire there. Did those crams hit? We have fast APS shells. They are coming in here. And we got the mortars as well. This is quite interesting. How is the frog doing here in the water? Looks like the Rollo got behind in health. Ooh, mortar popping down there. Frog is still in the lead, however. Most of the crams seem to be missing. The frog's sieve systems is no joke. We're sniping out those Rollo shells right out of the air most of the time. Look at them. And there, oh, that one didn't hit. That one didn't hit. That one got intercepted. This one intercepted. Rollo is at 95. And we are just intercepting those crams. It looks like the Rollo may not have luck on its side this time, but it surprised us last time too. Switching the battle around. Let's see if we shall be surprised again. Those quick APS rounds, kinetics, they are doing a big bit of damage. Look at this here. We have a Sabo solid with a super cav, and that's of course to shoot at stuff underwater as well. Very handy. Gimle utilizes that too. Big chunks of blocks are falling out here. Now I saw the frog gotten hit there on the health stat. Well, another round coming in. The mortars missed. Good for the frog. Whoops. Now I messed up again. You're welcome. GMODISM, what are you saying? Anyways, Rollo is at 94%. I think it looks like it's gonna be a froggy win. Oh, more blocks are flying out there. The frog is keeping its 97%. The Rollo is quite something though. Rarely have I seen this resilient airships. We'll see. Depends on how many more shots we're landing, I suppose. The frontal armor here won't hold up forever. If these APS shells come in here in some way, they are going to reach havoc, I believe. Looks like we can see some exposed parts there. 94 versus 97. And we are shedding ducts. Well, at the Rollo, we're gonna see when these cram shells come in here if we get... Looks like the frog is still able to intercept those crams. Very impressive. 93, 97. I won't say the frog is gonna win this, but the Rollo had us surprised last time. The Rollo had me real surprised when it was winning the losers bracket, that is the losers that lost against the Gimle initially. And the Gimle, wow. I'm working on a Mark II of the Gimle. As you may know, I may have published some video about that too as of making this video available to everyone. Not only the ecclesiarchy, but as of this time, as of this recording, I am writing down a big document with all the different things we're gonna upgrade the Gimle with. It's gonna be a epic upgrade. Ooh, the Rollo just evaded that barrage of rams. Wait, aren't they very far from each other? It feels like they are just super far. Alright, what is going to happen? And when will we finally get some cram shells actually hitting? I feel the cram shells are just... at this point, it's like the frog shooting fast APS shells against the Rollo, one by one, and it like slowly decreasing in damage. The first battle was so tense, and the battles after it were tense, but man, much slower. Look at that. I think the Rollo is losing some altitude here. Its side-to-side movements seem to be a bit damaged. We are having some exposed parts. Oh yes, I think we are going to be quite much more close to a result. Oh, that was a big internal cram strike. Look at those shells falling out of there. 90% is the health dropped to. Oh man, now the Rollo is so weak, I think more cram shells will land, and if another big cram shell lands, I will assume this battle is gonna be pretty over. Look at that. Shedding blocks 89, 90. Interesting repair. Look at that. We are having some fires in here too. Wow, the Rollo is really holding out. I think it's gonna lose, but man, it's really holding out to the last breath of, I don't know, fuel fumes. Since it is using a lot of custom jet engines. 89.4. What? It's like only that. It's like the slow APS shell dealing damage, and then we have the occasional cram hit. And that's basically it. Wouldn't it be funny if the Rollo landed a lucky strike on the frog and like switched the entire battle around? That would be crazy. Let's follow these cram shells to see if that's the case. Maybe we jinxed it now. That was actually a hit, wasn't it? Minuscule in terms of points in that case. 88.8. The Rollo is slowly being grinded down. Slowly but surely. Well, in the meantime, have you watched the GMODISM from the Depth podcast? It's on Spotify and also on Apple Podcasts too, if you want to see, or listen rather. There is a video version as well on YouTube and Spotify, but it's mainly made for listening too. The From the Depth podcast is probably your podcast if you like this game. I'll tell you that much. So please give it a listen. That would be fun. And tell me what you think about it, and you can of course suggest topics as well. Anyways, Rollo is at 88% and 87. Got another hit. I think we have a confetti boy here any second. But the frog actually is down to 96. It got hit obviously. That's crazy. Now the Rollo is finally going down. Man, that was a battle that almost encroached on 15 minutes once again. This is a really even matchup, and I'm a bit surprised because remember, the Rollo is about like a good bit cheaper, like 250,000 cheaper I think, than the frog. As we're watching the poor little Rollo sink here and be despawned. But I'll just say big thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this little video, then please leave us a like. And again, if you want to support the channel, links are in the description. You must check out GMODISM.com if you haven't already. That said, this is your host Eric of GMODISM, and I'm signing out from this grand battleship tournament.